Hello and welcome. Chris from Missouri here, bringing you another video about vintage baseball cards. It seems like it's been a super long time since I did my last video. And so I want to show you some cards here today, but I also want to catch you up on what's been going on with uh, my hobby collecting and my baseball stuff over the last 10 days, and it's been quite a lot. I'm going to show you some cards at the end that I picked up at a card show. That man, it's going to be a big part of my collection. And so, but let me tell you first what's been going on. A weekend ago, my wife and I decided we were going to go with two friends, Greg and Stacy. They're big Royals fans. We went with them earlier in the year to a Royals game at home to watch a win, and decided we were going to go to Cincinnati to watch the Royals play Cincinnati. And so we stayed in a real nice hotel and had fun. And thanks to my wife's relatives, the first night we had tickets right behind the Reds dugout. And at the end of the game, heck, we were taking pictures on the dugout. That's how close we were. And we got to enjoy a Royals win. And then the next day, I got to go to the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame, and it's a beautiful place, and their Hall of Fame is really wonderful the way they do stuff. And the next game we got Greg picked up some tickets. Greg and Stacy picked up some tickets for us, and we sat 5 rows behind the Kansas City dugout. And what a great weekend we had. We enjoyed each other's company. We had great food. The weather wasn't so good the second day, but again, it is fun for me to be talking about Royals baseball at the end of August. And it's fun to be in a pennant run. And we had a great time, had great seats. Going to a Cincinnati Reds game is incredible. Their stadium, I love their stadium. I love the walk to get to the stadium. I don't love the walk, mind you, but they just have a beautiful place down by the river with restaurants and bars and just fun activity. So I enjoyed my time there. And then so that took up some time, and I wasn't able to do a video. And then this past weekend, I had a card show, and I got a message from Jason, Everyday Card Collector. He said, and if you haven't watched his channel, get over there and do so. Now it's going to be kind of confusing for you, because he'll do a video wearing a Louisville Cardinal college sweatshirt with a Kansas Jayhawk hat. He's from Chicago. He likes the White Sox, but he's a St. Louis Cardinal fan. And if you can't keep up with all that, don't worry. I can't either, but I still call him a friend. But I got a message from him saying, hey, I'm going to go to Lawrence, Kansas. I hear you're going to be setting up at a card show. Why don't I come and bug you for a while? Now, he knew a couple of the people that are friends with me that were setting up with me and that was going to be there, because he met them in Strongsville. But we kind of wanted to surprise Billy Ballgame, and that's another YouTuber. Get over there, look at his channel, see if you like it. He's as confusing sometimes as Jason, but man, good guy, good channel, good collection. And so Jason said, hey, let's kind of keep it quiet and we'll surprise Billy. And then Jason was going to spend the night with me at the hotel on Friday when I set up. And then on Saturday, we're going to take in the show, and he's going to come to the house, look at the card room, and have and then have a few drinks and eat at the house, and before he took off the next morning to go to Lawrence. Well, all that worked out. Jason and I got to visit that Friday night, and Saturday the card show was a really good card show. Plenty of vintage there, which I like, but I tell you what, if you get a chance in Middle Missouri to come to a Columbia card show, take it, because just a big variety of stuff. And I think Jason and Billy both will tell you that it was a great time. But at that card show, Tom, who had been with me at Strongsville, and Brent actually set up with me and was selling some cards. But Billy, Jason, Tom, and another friend of mine named Tyler, they were able to go to lunch and enjoy each other's company. And then the plans was for Billy to take Jason with him to his house and then to mine. After I set up, I took my friend Mauricio home, who always sets up with me, and I was in an accident. I everything's fine. I'm not hurt, whatever. But I had a head-on collision with another driver that was at fault. He had turned into my lane. Luckily, he wasn't hurt either. The only thing that was hurt was our vehicles. But I had all the cards and all the cases in my truck that was getting towed away. So I had to call Billy Ballgame and Jason, Everyday Card Collector, to come and give me a ride home and help me with my stuff. Everything turned out okay. We got to come back to my house. I was a little bit sore, but we had a great time visiting and looking at cards, and Jason got up the next morning and left without me knowing it. So now what I'm going to do is show you these cards, and thanks for paying attention to all that. But if you get a chance, subscribe to Jason Everyday Card Collector's channel and Billy Ballgame's channel, because two good guys and they help me out a lot. So without further ado, let me show you these cards. Now here's what I picked up at the Columbia Card Show. Now they had another friend of mine named Jason, who helps people build sets, and I'm working on Hall of Famers, and that's a 1950 Lou Boudreau. Beautiful card. Now I'm going to send these off to get slabbed. They're going to look good in those SGC holders. Here's a 51 Lou Boudreau. So I got a 50 and 51 there. Now here is a George Kell. Look at that card. And here's another George Kell. Now this might be one of the prettiest cards I did not know about. Now look at that. I just love the color on it. Beautiful card. And that's a 51. And I'm getting closer to finishing all my 51 Hall of Famers, so I can't wait to get that slabbed. Now this guy has the hardest name, I believe, in the Hall of Fame. But people in Missouri call him Red Schoendienst. Now he's a Hall of Fame second baseman, and he was a great manager at one time. Now look at this one, 1952. Now I just love those cards. I mean, I just love them. Now, to keep going, I picked up this 48 Bowman Johnny Mize. Now I have some more cards to show you here in a second. So I picked up those cards. I know I want to get them slabbed, and I don't mind now going to shows looking for cards to slab. If SGC can still keep the turnaround as fast as they are, I like going and getting them if I pick them up from a reputable dealer. I asked the dealer, Jason, who I've known for a while now, I said, what do you think about these cards? They've been slabbed, and he's measured them and all that kind of stuff. I mean, have they been trimmed? And he said, no, he doesn't think so. He got them from somebody he trusted, and he's measured them and all that kind of stuff. And so he took that work away from me, so I feel comfortable sending them off. And so I did pick up some slabbed cards. And the last card I'm going to show you is very special to me. And well, all of them are special because I want them in my collection. But the last one, just stick around for it, please. Now, I've been working and I've been enjoying the 39 play ball, 40 and 41 play ball, and the 41 double plays. If you want to pick up a Hall of Famer, an older card, that's not near as expensive as some of the sets, look toward the 39, 40, and 41 play ball sets. So I would love you to stick with me and look at these cards. So let me take these down, be very careful with them. And so I picked up this 39 play ball Carl Hubble. There's not a ton of Hall of Famers in the 39 set, and I've actually been looking for this, and I might have jumped the gun prematurely because look at that mark on there. But I want to have it, and I got it at a reasonable price that I'll probably get another one, but I actually wanted to have this, and when I pick up another play ball Carl Hubble, I will give that to someone. But that's 1939 play ball. So the 1940 play ball, Jimmy Fox. Now, look at that. Again, not that expensive, but a great Hall of Famer. Speaking of a great Hall of Famer, 1941 play ball, Honus Wagner. Now, the next card that I pick up, it checks off so many of my lists. It's a 300 great card. It's a T206 Hall of Famer. It is one of the most famous T206 cards there is. And it really, I have 3 Ty Cobbs, the bat on shoulder, the bat off shoulder, the red portrait, and now I have the green portrait Ty Cobb. Now it's got a few battle scars on it, but this is my Ty Cobb. And it's going to fit in my collection, and I welcome it in with open arms. So if I don't seem so excited about that Cobb, I'm hiding it because I'm a little bit sore in places because of the little accident that I had over the weekend, or I would be even more excited about that Cobb. I don't mind the lower grade iconic cards. Matter of fact, to fit in my collection, I prefer it to look like someone's played with it and it has a story. Now, of course, I would love to have a PSA 10, and then if I did, I'd have to get different friends because I would be wealthy, and I'd have to I wouldn't even put up with guys like Jason and Billy. But listen, thanks for staying with me on this. And I know I mentioned a lot of names, but I kind of wanted to get caught up and get you caught up on my YouTube journey. Now, if you look behind me here, I overhauled my room with overhauled my cases in my room, and behind me there's 120 places for a card, and 118 of them are filled up with the post-war rookie Hall of Famers. And I'll show it off to you sometime when I don't have so much other stuff to bore you with. Now, guys, I've had a great last 10 days. I want to thank Greg and Stacy for taking us along on their journey to the ball games. I want to thank Tom and Brent and Billy Ballgame and Jason and Tyler. I want to thank the dealers that were able to give me the cards. But most of all, I want to thank you guys for listening. And remember, it's just a hobby. Collect what you like.